And feeling the parts of the body that are touching the ground. And grounding the mind, connecting the skin, touching the floor, the sit bones connecting to the cushion, the feet touching the ground. And then we'll take a moment to come out of the verticality, so we'll sway left and right. In order to find the resting point in the middle between the left and the right. And then we'll sway forward and back gently, slowly, to find the middle point between the front and the back. And then pulling the navel slightly in, drawing the lower ribs slightly down, lifting the sternum, rolling the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Tuck the chin, top of the head reaching for the ceiling, elongating the spine. And from here, coming into Ujjayi breathing, constricting the throat, engaging that throat friction breathing, engaging the larynx chakra, awakening the larynx, and coming in touch with the physical sensations that accompany the breath. Inhaling in, exhaling out, and feeling the breath coming in and leaving the throat. So staying with that, hearing your own breathing, hearing the larynx constricted, staying with that awareness of the breath. And then bringing the awareness simultaneously into the space between the eyebrows and connecting it to the throat friction. So awareness in both spaces, in the throat and in the third eye. Just allowing the physical friction to awaken the more etheric aspects of the third eye. And if you need a physical sensation of the third eye, you can gently touch the space between the eyebrows, press with your finger gently, and then remain there with the attention of the sensations that remain on the skin. And then bringing the attention to any appearances of color and shape that may come in through the third eye, in the space behind the closed eyes. So maintaining the throat friction, maintaining the awareness between the eyebrows, and also being open to any shapes or colors coming in. And then shifting the attention in the third eye into the space of darkness. Maybe it has a black or purple hue. Just seeing the background darkness that's usually there, always present in the background, and we just rarely pay attention to it. Just bringing your mind into its vastness and infinity, maintaining slight friction in the throat, maintaining awareness in the third eye between the eyebrows and the physical location. And now resting in that space of darkness, in the black or purple. And just paying attention to the sensations of what that experience feels like. Being a witness to the experience. And then gently taking the attention away from the darkness, bringing the attention into any type of movement in the body, in the third eye, in the awareness. So maybe circular movement, maybe a rocking back and forth. Maybe there is a spiral of movement that appears on the third eye. So maintaining very slight friction in the throat, reducing it gently. Finding any sense of movement and allowing that movement to take you with it, however gentle it might be. And maybe you feel the pulsation of the blood within the body. And maybe you become aware of the slight shaking within the cells and the tissues. Just allowing that to take you for a few moments. And then gently releasing the attention from any sense of movement, and bringing the attention back into the physical space of the third eye. And then slowly allowing attention to drip down from the third eye into the throat. And then from the throat, releasing the attention even lower, allowing it to drip down all the way into the space of the heart. So you're going to bring one palm to the center of the chest and pick a finger on the right hand to rest at the center of the chest. And then your left palm is going to go to the back of the chest. So supporting the back of the heart, the physical heart. And then picking one finger to press onto the spine that is just behind the heart. So you have the finger of the right hand pressing into the chest and one finger of the left hand pressing into the spine. Then we're going to increase the pressure of the fingers, both hands. And for 1 minute, just going to press the fingers towards each other together. So this is the physical location of the Anahata chakra, the heart chakra. Just going to stay with the pressure for 1 minute and then release after a minute. So maintaining the attention on the sensations on the skin, maybe on the spine. And maybe just pressing kind of disappears and dissipates the sensation, then you can bring a gentle movement of the fingers around that area to feel on the skin again. And press, press, press for a few more moments, a little harder, and then release the palms and bring the attention into the sensations that remain after we take the fingers away. So just staying with that, staying with the feelings, with the sensations of finding the physical location of the chakra. So keep concentrating on the sensations, and in your mind you can say to yourself internally as you feel Anahata, Anahata, Anahata. Just repeating the name continuously and allowing the vibrations of the word of the name itself to awaken that space within the body through the resonance of the vibrations of the sound, the feelings on the skin, on the spine. So Anahata is, of course, connected with the physical heart. And its location is in the spinal column on the inner wall, so directly behind the center of the chest. And so, although the physiological component is the physical heart and the cardiac plexus of the nerves, the true nature of the heart chakra is well beyond the physiological dimensions, and it is your spiritual center, it is your spiritual heart. The center where kindness and compassion arises. Unconditional love and forgiveness of the self and others. It's a space where compassionate understanding arises from. And so in the tantric tradition, the heart is usually in the crimson color, but sometimes also it appears in some texts as a blue in color. So without attaching to a specific color that it should be, you can also pick one, whatever color feels more right for you at this stage. And perhaps also it's green. So just resting with whatever color feels right in this moment. And bringing into mind this image of a 12-petaled lotus flower. And picking whatever color, blue or green or crimson. And seeing with the mind's eye this 12-petaled lotus opening up gently. The element that the heart chakra, Anahata, is connected to is air. In Sanskrit, air is Vayu. So the element of wind and air. And in its imagery, it's presented as this union of Shiva and Shakti. And it's two triangles, one triangle pointing up and another triangle pointing down. And the Shakti is, of course, the symbol of creativity and the feminine energy within the heart. And the other triangle represents Shiva, which is representative of just consciousness. So also traditionally what's depicted in the Anahata chakra is the unflickering eternal flame, which is also kind of connected to the Jesus imagery, where Jesus has this heart that's on fire. And so this flame is representing the Jivatma, or the individual soul, a soul that is individuated from this collective soup of souls, this collective consciousness. So we have both the power to tap into the collective consciousness and collective awareness, but at the same time you are an individuated soul that is quite different from both your parents and your children and the people who are around you. So the element of air and wind that Anahata is connected to, Vayu, is also connected to prana, which passes through the nose and the mouth. And so And that's why also there's breathing practices that are connected to awakening the heart chakra, the anahata. So the other element that is connected to the heart is the skin, the feeling of touch, and the hands. They say that the arms, because they run from either side of the heart, that they are extension of the heart. And things that we do with our hands, with love, we pass on that energy of love that emanates from the heart and can go out into the physical world through our hands. So whenever you're making food for others or making anything with the hands, you're channeling that energy of love from the heart through the arms, through touch, and into whatever object you're creating. So in Tantra, they say that once the heart chakra is activated, in Anahata, your thoughts and desires of your individual being are materialized and fulfilled. And so that's why it's so important before awakening the heart to really clear and clarify the mind, because if the mind is still full of doubts of oneself and of others, those doubts and fears will also start materializing and coming to life. So one of the main tasks then becomes staying vigilant and staying alert to what is happening in the mind, and really being the watcher of the types of thoughts that are coming in. So really paying attention to the quality of the thoughts, making sure not to dwell in really doubtful and fearful mind scenarios, because we're starting to recognize that because you hold that power in the heart to make all that into reality, it's becoming super important to keep the mind clean and clear. And so that's why it's advisable to do the physical practice for years, so that you have this clear awareness of what's happening in the mind, moment to moment. So as the consciousness ascends and moves up to the heart through the Manipura, You start becoming the master of some of the situations in your life. You're still bound by some of the karma that we come into this life with, but you also start recognizing that you can escape that individual karma. Start creating things from the space of the heart rather than from the space of the lower chakras. So we'll move into another practice that will awaken the Anahata chakra, and it's connected to breath, and again connecting it to the element of air and wind, Vayu. So you can stay with the awareness still in the physical heart, and if you need a reminder, you can always bring one finger to the center of the chest, one finger to the back of the heart, and press and remember that sensation in the physical body. Because sometimes to get into more etheric spaces, we need to start with the physicality, the experience of the physical body. So you'll start breathing slowly and deeply. And as you inhale, you're going to feel the expansion of the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to feel the contraction of the chest. So that's the first step. Start breathing deeply and slowly, and paying attention to the expansion and contraction of the chest. And then step 2, you'll become aware of the breath moving in and out of the Anahata region. So as the chest expands, you'll feel the breath flowing in through the center of the chest and back to the Anahata chakra on the spine. And as the chest contracts, you'll feel the breath flowing from the Anahata chakra in the spine through the center of the chest and out of the body. So chest expanding, the breath flowing in, and chest contracting, the breath flowing out of the Anahata and out of the body. And so we'll do this breathing practice for 5 minutes, just staying with the awareness of the breath, expanding, breath coming in, contracting the chest, breath leaving the body out of the chest. Chest expanding, breath flowing into the heart, and chest contracting, exhaling, breath leaving the body through the chakra. So it's as though you're breathing with the heart. So now you're going to release this practice and come back to natural breathing. And just again becoming aware of the natural breath as it enters and leaves the body. Not trying to make it deeper or longer. Just regular natural breath. Just resting with natural breath for a few moments. Do not try to control the breath. Just become a witness of the natural breathing process in the body. So for this next practice, we'll use a mantra that will help activate the heart. And the mantra only consists of 2 syllables. So, S-O, and hum, H-U-M. So hum, so hum. So as you start inhaling again with your natural breathing, you imagine that the breath that is coming in is making a sound so, and the exhalation is hum. So that's the natural mantra of the breath. So now you're going to become aware of this natural breathing and this mantra pattern of so hum. So inhaling, thinking in the mind so, exhaling, saying in the mind hum. So what you're trying to do with the mind is completely relaxing the mind in this practice. And do not lose awareness of the mantra and the natural breath, even for an instant. And do not be concerned with the thoughts and feelings coming in. Just allow them to come and go as they will. And so you can bring the mind into the natural movement of the breath as well. So as you inhale, the breath rises from the navel to the throat with the sound so. And then with an exhalation, the breath comes down from the throat back to the navel with the sound hum. So you're kind of tracing this passage of the breath between the navel and the throat, tracing it with the mind, inhaling navel to throat, so, exhaling throat to navel, hum. So maintain this awareness of the breath passing through this psychic passageway and producing the sound so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum, so hum. Relaxing the body into this practice. So maintaining the practice for the last couple minutes still. Again, staying with your natural breath, not trying to control it or extend it. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. And then gently releasing the mantra, so hum, letting it go, just staying with the natural breath. And then to close the practice, you can bring the palms together in front of your heart, connect again to the physical heart. Then we'll rub the palms together, creating the heat. And when you're ready, cupping the palms over the eyes, feeling the heat penetrate through the eyes all the way down into the heart. And again, maybe noticing the vastness of the darkness background that comes up. Maybe paying attention to any images or colors or shapes. Maybe just staying with the relaxed feeling that's created in the brain. And releasing the palms whenever you're ready. Taking one cleansing breath through the nose. And exhale through the nose. And closing today's practice. Thank you.